Ahora sí, tenemos a nuestra invitada ya en el teléfono. ¿Qué quiere que escuchemos?
Quiero que pongamos algo de Lindsey Stirling. Creo que ahí hay algo que se llama Roundable River. Bueno, si con esto no se ambientan y se provocan mucho de ir a esta gran presentación, pues no sé cómo más convencerlos después de esta súper entrevista que vamos a tener con nuestra invitada, Lindsey Stirling. Perdón, es que me emocioné, entonces empezó a hablar un poco rápido. Lindsey Stirling, violinista, bailarina estadounidense, está con nosotros hoy en la hora de regreso. Bienvenida a nuestro programa. Buenas tardes.
Lindsey, welcome to W Radio. Pleasure talking to you.
Hi, how are you?
Bueno, bien, gracias por estar con nosotros. Primera pregunta, Lindsey, ¿cómo llega el violín a su vida?
So, Lindsey, how is the story? How the violin arrives to your life?
My parents loved classical music, and so I just kind of was brought up around classical music being played in our home, and you know, sometimes we'd go to orchestra concerts in the city, and it was just something that I was exposed to from a very young age. So I tried to get a record label. I tried to find a management company that would believe in me. I tried to make it on America's Got Talent, and none of those doors opened up for me. And then I started playing open mic nights, and then I started to do showcases to try to get bookers interested in me. Like I did a lot of things before I found YouTube, and so I like to joke that it was like Plan Z. But I am a firm believer in, you know, you never know what's going to be your path, and you don't know what's going to work for you. So, you know, a no doesn't mean a no forever. It just means maybe not right now. This isn't right, you know, or this wasn't your path. And honestly, all the things that were once upon a time no's, for the most part, have come back to me as a yes. It just had to go in a different order. Like, I now have an amazing management team. I now have, you know, a great booking agent, you know, the ones that I wanted back in the day that I couldn't get. I've now been invited back on America's Got Talent multiple times as a guest performer. And, you know, just all the things that were no's now turned into yeses. I just had to figure out a different way to do it.
Bueno, pues nos cuenta Rosario que ella siempre, y los padres de ella, siempre amaron la música clásica. Cuando ella era muy pequeña, en su casa se escuchaba mucha música clásica. Ellos iban a recitales, iban a conciertos, y ella se enamoró del violín. Fue así como ella intenta, digamos, ser famosa con el violín. Nos dice que le costó mucho, que ella intentó ir a disqueras, que ella intentó hacer recitales, que ella fue America's Got Talent, y que realmente no lo logró, que el plan C de todos sus planes era YouTube. Entonces ella entra a YouTube y se vuelve famosa en YouTube, y nos dice que por cosas de la vida todo le da un giro. El plan C, que era YouTube, la vuelve a ella famosa, y así es que las disqueras empiezan a llegar a ella, que ella llega a American's Got Talent y lo gana, y que ella logra todo lo que ella había intentado desde un principio.
Qué buena experiencia, qué buena historia. Acaba de lanzar Artemis su más reciente álbum. ¿Qué es lo que vamos a encontrar en este disco?
So you just released Artemis, your new album, and what people will find in it?
Music, violin music. But I've loved making this album because it tells a story. And, you know, not only did I write the album musically, but I also told the story through a comic book. And so, you know, there's two parts to the album. And the second part is, you know, it's still even being developed. Like, the first issue is out, but I work almost every day on the rest of the story, and it makes it feel like the album is still living and breathing and coming to fruition, and it makes it, you know, this just made it a really special project to work on because it's ever-changing, and I'm getting to continuously bring these characters to life, even in the music videos. Like, I'm filming several music videos next week that tell more of the stories of the characters, you know, and so it's been a really fun, different project to work on, and it's made the whole process more fun. You know, I'm excited to go on tour now and share this album and the stories and the characters and, you know, all of it. It just makes it this ever-evolving thing.
Bueno, pues nos cuenta que van a encontrar música de violín, que realmente ella cuenta con esta música una historia y que todo eso, que sea solo musical, le permite a ella hacer una especie de caricaturas, de un libro de cómics. Entonces ella dice que esa es la primera parte y que ella está haciendo los videos, nos dice que siempre cambia un poco la historia, le da personajes y realmente está enamorada de este trabajo.
¿Y por qué eligió ese nombre para el álbum?
So why did you choose Artemis as the name of the album?
Because Artemis is the goddess of the moon, and so it was in finding out that, Artemis was the goddess of the moon that made me want to write a story about her and where she came from and how she became the goddess of the moon, how she came into her powers, how she, like her origin story and also the legacy that she left behind as this beacon of light and that she still is for us today. So I just was really excited about, combining Greek mythology and, stories that have been told for, through legends and through, for centuries, and to take this mythology and turn it into the beginning of a story. It was really fun.
Pues nos dice que Artemis es la diosa de la luna y que ella quiere contar de dónde viene la diosa de la luna, que siempre le ha interesado mucho unir la mitología griega con la música de ahora, la música contemporánea. Como nos dice ella, claramente la música de ella tiene sonidos electrónicos, entonces es muy fácil contar una historia desde allí, combinando todas estas historias que vienen de siglos atrás, y nos dice que realmente ha sido muy divertido hacerlo.
Cami, preguntémosle, porque los críticos, los expertos dicen que su show en el escenario es maravilloso. ¿Cómo lo describiría ella?
So, Lindsey, critics says that your show on stage, your performance is wonderful. How could you describe it to us?
I like to describe it as theatrical. I love to have really fun costumes. I love to utilize lots of movement and dance. I love to utilize, a fun light show and loud music. And so it's like kind of a combination of like an EDM or a rock show combined with a lot of theatricality.
Wow, pues nos dice que es que ella ama bailar y que ella siempre busca darle vida al show, entonces que va a ser muy divertido. Es como un concierto, nos dice ella, de EDM, de rock y de violín. Entonces ella siempre va a estar dándole vida al show.
Espectacular. Hace unos días estuvo, de hecho, tocando con John Legend en el show de Ellen DeGeneres. ¿Cómo fue esa experiencia?
So we saw you a few days ago where you were playing with John Legend at the Ellen DeGeneres show. How was that experience?
It was awesome. I mean, I felt so honored that John asked me to perform with him, and I got to do that. It was really cool. I've been trying to get on Ellen for 10 years. And so, again, like, your first choice is never always the way it works. Like, the reason I actually put my first video on YouTube was because I wanted to send it to Ellen. And so I put the video up on YouTube so I could send a link to the bookers on Ellen DeGeneres. And it's funny, it just never quite came to fruition, but I never knew that music video and it would lead to, me getting to be an independent artist and travel the world and, 12 million subscribers and, over 2 billion views. Like, who would have known that a video that I posted that I could have looked at as a failure because I posted it and the Ellen Show said no. But that's okay, because who would have thought that video would have changed my life and led to, repeated choices that over and over again changed my life. And, so it was a really cool full circle moment when I was asked, not by the Ellen team, but by John Legend's team to be a part of his performance. And it was really, really cool. And I was very excited. I mean, even if I joked, I was like, wow, it's like I'm getting into Ellen through the back door. But hey, if you have to enter through the back door, that's fine. I got in.
Pues nos dice que fue realmente magnífico, Rosario, que John Legend le pidió a ella que hicieran ese performance juntos en el show de Ellen. Nos dice que es muy curioso porque cuando ella empieza a subir sus videos en YouTube, cuando ella empieza su carrera, ella siempre le enviaba los links a Ellen DeGeneres para que ella la tuviese en cuenta y para que algún día alguno de sus videos saliera en el show de Ellen. Pero nos dice ella, normalmente las primeras oportunidades que uno piensa que se van a dar nunca son las primeras, pero terminan llegando llegando, y nos dice que John Legend termina a ella llevándola al show de Ellen DeGeneres, y este video nos dice tiene más de 2 millones de visitas, entonces realmente esto ha cambiado su vida y nos dice que además lo disfrutó muchísimo.
Increíble la vuelta tan impresionante que ha dado. Bueno, ya estuve en Colombia antes. ¿Qué recuerda de nuestro país? El primero que de hecho va a visitar es su gira por América Latina.
So you have been here in Colombia before. What do you remember about this country that you will visit a few days ago?
I remember the kindness of the people. I remember how warm everyone felt, and I think those are the biggest things that I remember. I just felt like even in the audience, you could just feel this sense of like kind of welcome to our home, you know. And I think that's part of the culture of Colombia. It's a very like welcoming, loving culture, which is, you know, I wish the States was a little more like that. And so it's wonderful to feel that love.
Thank you so much, Lindsey, for being with us tonight.
Oh, yes, you too. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Pues nos dice que realmente se acuerda mucho de la amabilidad de la gente, que ella se sintió en casa esa noche y que ama que una vez más pueda ser parte de la cultura de este país.